Tuned in to the one-on-one show with Dr. Lucita.
Space 2 LLC, the ultimate creative sanctuary designed for the innovative mind. Elevate your podcast with our professional-grade equipment and acoustically treated rooms. Crystal clear sound quality every time. Bring your vision to life in our photo shoot studio with natural light, versatile backdrops, and pro lighting gear. Stunning images are guaranteed. Need space to collaborate? Our sleek modern offices are perfect for meetings, workshops, or conferences. Flexible rentals to fit your needs. Choose from our diverse studios: Studio A, Studio B, Studio C, and Studio D, each designed to inspire and adapt to your creative workflow. Conveniently located at 2198 Austell Road Southwest, Suite 216 in Marietta, Georgia. Ready to create? Book your space today at ispace2.com. or call 866-936-5365. iSpace 2, LLC, where your ideas come to life. Create, collaborate, inspire. Welcome to iSpace 2, LLC, the ultimate creative sanctuary designed for the innovative mind. Elevate your podcast with our professional-grade equipment and acoustically treated rooms. Crystal clear sound quality every time. Bring your vision to life in our photo shoot studio with natural light, versatile backdrops, and pro lighting gear. Stunning images.
Welcome again. Welcome, everyone. Welcome with Dr. Lucita, one-on-one, your show that you're waiting for every Saturday at 5 to 6. Yes, 5 o'clock, although we're 5 minutes late. Don't worry about it because, we are here to have a good time with you because we do not introduce our guests. You guys know, I've been promoting her. You know her. She's live every minute. She is the community leader. But before we get started, we want to say it's Heritage Month? Haitian Heritage Month, I think, right? It's Fête du Drapeau and all the stuff that we have going on this month. We have Mental Health Month and a lot. It's a loaded month. So we want to thank everyone that's been faithful to One-on-One, that's been watching the show, that's been with us, that support us. Keep doing that. Keep sharing the live. Keep supporting One-on-One because this show is not for me. You know that. It's to leave a legacy to our younger generation. I believe this is episode 16, 15, 14, 16. If I'm wrong, we can correct that. Episode 16 is leaving an archive to our younger generation, right? So every time we're going to have this show, we're going to archive them. That means when you see the guests that we have, you can go back to the show, put episode 16 with the guest name, and it stay there as an archive so that people know what is going on in our community, in the community at large, because I am interviewing Haitian, Jamaican, African, American, white, black. It doesn't matter who you are, you have a story. So you're welcome to come and support One-on-One and be a guest on this platform to share your stories. Now, there's always a story behind our guest name. Before we get started, we're going to take a quick break, share the live, tell a friend One-on-One is here because this is your show that you're waiting for.
You're tuned in to the one-on-one show with Dr. Lucita.
oser, pas fait tête chaud. Ou t'as cherché un compagnie sérieux pour faire le taxe pour là, dans des postes touillés, et bien choix par l'autre côté. Lucita Accounting Firm. Nous avons plus que 22 ans d'expérience dans seule location. Porte nous l'ouvrir depuis le fait 9 heures pour arriver 7 heures. Consultation nous gratis. Nous avons pile l'autre service nous bas encore. Nous faisons taxe individuelle. Taxe pour moun qui gen business. Nous faisons audit pour assurance taxe. Taxe consultation. Nos affaires taxe. Docteur Lucita c'est mettre causé. Relais pour service taxe pour la Kounia. Et pour nous éduquer dans le taxe. Pour joindre tout corps ou dans mes ARS sans manquer yon yota. Téléphone non c'est 770 319 91 81. Adresse nous c'est Atlanta, Georgia.
If your drain's a pain and your faucet's a flop, you're in luck. Saving Plumbing's got you covered. We're your local family-owned plumbing heroes, serving Atlanta and the surrounding area. Need emergency plumbing? We've got your back 24/7. Our team is professional, honest, and always upfront with pricing. No surprises, just solutions. We are licensed and insured. Call us now at 470-603-1398 and let Saving Plumbing save your day.
We are a Christian-based non-profit organization providing pre-filled communion elements to simplify church logistics for Holy Communion.
At Holy Communion Elements, we deal with packaging of pre-packed Holy Communion into a one self-serving cup.
Over time, I've seen people evolving from this old style of having Holy Communion to this new style where everything is packed and prepared for your table. You find that this is way cheaper comparing with this because there is no much of, getting all the accessories. This is as it is, serve on the go.
It takes us like 20 minutes. Everybody is done. Unlike in the past where, elders have to come early, do the preparation, and then later they'll do the washing of those cups. Sometimes we are forced to go and do additional preparation in the middle of the service. And you have to dash back to the vestry to do more preparation.
Welcome to iSpace2 LLC, the ultimate creative sanctuary designed for the innovative mind. Elevate your podcast with our professional-grade equipment and acoustically treated rooms. Crystal clear sound quality every time. Bring your vision to life in our photo shoot studio with natural light, versatile backdrops, and pro lighting gear. Stunning images are guaranteed. Need space to collaborate? Our sleek modern offices are perfect for meetings, workshops, or conferences. Flexible rentals to fit your needs. Choose from our diverse studios: Studio A, Studio B, Studio C, and Studio D, each designed to inspire and adapt to your creative workflow. Conveniently located at 2198 Austell Road Southwest, Suite 216 in Marietta, Georgia. Ready to create? Book your space today at ispace2.com or call 866-936-5365. iSpace2 LLC, where your ideas come to life. Create, collaborate, inspire.
Guys, I am back. I'm back with your show. And we don't introduce our guest because the lady we have, like I said before, you guys probably know who she is. She goes live every single day. And she's a nurse. I'm not going to keep telling you everything about her because there's one thing we don't do on one-on-one. We don't tell you who's here. So without further ado, welcome guests.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to my platform one-on-one.
Well, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to come and share. And I am Manouchka Lominy.
So your name is Manouchka Lominy. That's
Manouchka.
what you were born with?
No.
Okay, what was your name? So I want.
So the mid name is I have a podcast, and so it's two nicknames. One is the last name first, and then the second name. The my last name is Belarus.
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 Oh, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
so,
It's beautiful.
Thanks. So they, one of my coworker shortened it and called me Bella.
Okay.
So that's where Bella from my podcast comes.
So your name is Manouchka Belarus.
Uh-huh.
So you went to school with that name, so
Well,
you know.
no, not really.
Okay.
If we go
See, there's
back
always a story. So-
in Haiti, I was known as Manouchka Belarus, but most Haitian, they always stick a prefix name, Marie. So, and when I came to America, I was shocked by Marie, and I said, "What? We need to remove that."
Oh wow! But you're going too fast. So now, Miss Belarus, this is who I want to talk to because everybody already know Manouchka because you're doing a fabulous job promoting Lominy.
Wow.
So I want to stay with Belarus for a
You'd
minute.
be surprised. Most of my adult life, people who know me in Tallahassee, they don't know me as Lominy.
Wait. So you Tallahassee, George? Can we stay in Haiti for a
In
minute?
Haiti, okay.
Let's stay in Haiti
So
for a minute.
let's
So
stay in
tell me a
Haiti.
little bit about the younger Manouchka.
So I was born in this coastal area westward in Haiti, known as Gangouaf. And so Gangouaf.
Okay.
So I was born there, but I wasn't raised there. So my father passed away while I was 2 years old. And from the time I was 2, I relocated to Port-au-Prince and lived with my paternal great aunt, who has been very influential in my life. So I stayed with her for that period until I immigrated to America.
Okay, let me see if I get it right. So you were in Haiti at 2 years old. You lost your father.
My father.
So, what can you remember?
I don't remember
You don't
anything.
remember anything.
I only remember anecdotal that family member talked about, which I talk on Facebook about it. That just telling the story is very traumatic. They tell you, okay, your father went because my father was a trucker. He had his own truck, so he traveled back and forth, had several travels in one day. And one day he went out and had a fatal car accident en route. I think Nacional, they said. Yes. So, and it was very tragic. So, there's not great emergency services in Haiti even up to now because I go and do charity work, so it hasn't changed. So, and he was 33 years old, and my mother was pregnant then with my youngest brother.
So it's only 2 of you.
There's
so
4 of us. I'm the only girl.
You're the only girl?
Yes.
So you grew up with a lot of men around you?
Not really. Remember, the first 13 years was with cousins and my oldest brother, and it was balanced because we were like couplets, a boy and a girl cousin, a boy and a girl cousin. So it's like almost like half boys and half girls. Yes.
So in Haiti, so you left Haiti when you were what age?
I left Haiti when I was 13. So
okay, so you said the first 13. So before we get to America.
No, I'm not going to America. So I moved to Port-au-Prince. I went to my mother, don't remember that. She said I went to school early, like even before 2. Even in Gagua, they have like little school. So I was in school even before 2 years old. I was very interactive, and she'll say, well, when your dad will come and you grab his thermos and drag it to bring it into the house. I don't remember any of that. I was 2 years old.
2 years old.
Yes, but that's what she would tell me. So I was very interactive, started school early. So when I moved to Port-au-Prince, so I remember going to the school, very well known, à Chez-Turien. So that's where I went to
Wait.
preschool.
Haché,
Chez-Turien.
Chez-Turien.
Uh-huh.
Where was that in Haiti?
It's Port-au-Prince. I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't
You don't
know
remember?
I don't remember, but that's where I went to school.
Anybody under the
Chez-Turien.
live will know Chez-Turien?
Yes, so that's where
Please
I went to.
share that
pre-K.
with us because that's new to me. I've never heard of that school.
Oh, you've never? It's a very well-known
It's a very
school.
well, you know,
Very-
I left Haiti young,
Yeah.
just like you. So what can you remember about Chez-Turien?
Not
It sounds
much.
French. It sounds interessant.
Not much.
So anything at
Not
all?
much, not much.
So fait ou descend certificat?
No.
You did
Then that's preschool. That's preschool. So then I went to school that I remember, which was like Sacré-Cœur.
Okay.
That's where I
So
spent.
Chez-Turien was from
preschool.
You know,
like
from
probably
2 to
probably
like
up to
10.
4.
Okay,
No,
4.
4 years old because I started Sacré-Cœur probably like 4, 5.
Okay.
Because I started 1 year earlier than most people.
Okay.
So then from Sacré-Cœur to up to the time I came to America, that's where
So
I
what
went
can
to
you
school.
remember about your lifestyle there in Haiti?
So, I mean,
just to, if we had to share, like your kids
So-
who's listening to you probably never shared that
No,
part
I
of your
do.
life.
I'm very,
Okay, well-
I'm very transparent with my kids.
Well,
so,
not your kids, like people that we don't know.
So growing up in Haiti, because it was in the 70s and early 80s, so it was a different Haiti than now. So we were on Saturday. My cousin's dad will pack us and take us to the beach. So almost Saturday we would go to the beach.
So you remember the good things.
Yes. So and then on Sunday we'll go to Bicentenaire, where it's like there's gonna be opera music playing, water fountain, and then later on they'll take us to Chetoni, where you can have ice cream. So that's what I remember growing up in Haiti. And then I attended Sacré-Cœur, Les Filles de la Sagesse et Toujours, and that's where I spent most of my school years from 5 up until I left Haiti.
You left Haiti.
And
So what can you remember about Sacré-Cœur?
there were a little bit of, they were like different type of girls. So you have girls who were like the Zuzu type, and then you have the girl.
You look like a Zuzu.
No.
Well, you're not a Zuzu. You know, because they say people change as they
No,
get
I was
older.
never one.
You look like a Zuzu.
No, but I was.
You were not.
I was never a Zuzu. I was the radical of the rebel without a chorus. It's like the nun wants you to speak French,
And you're
then I'm
speaking
like,
Creole.
I would be speaking Creole.
You're like, what are you telling me? I'm in Haiti. What is this?
Yeah, so
it's
I
like
was
you
the rebel
always
without
had
a
a cause at a younger age.
Yeah, so
But they used to hate us with the rulers, so they didn't do anything to you?
No, because
No?
I even left with my left hand, and they said they were used to force students to.
Yeah, that's true, because a lot of us in Haiti went through that stage where nothing happened to you. Why is that? Was
Not
it
in
your,
Sacré-Cœur.
no, so the nun was scared of you?
No, it's just like they had a different process. It's like the older student
Went through that.
no, we had to recite. You know those texts of stuff you have to memorize. The older students used to line us up and have to do that, so we didn't have to deal with the nun with reciting lessons. So which I think when you think about it, it's a good way to
Big
teach
sisters.
leaderships and stuff like that. So that's what they had in Sacré-Cœur.
They still do that here. We're
Okay.
in the Catholic school. We have big brothers and big sisters. They pass the torch, and they teach the kids that are growing.
So that's
You know,
what I'm used to, and but I remember like you have to know your math. It's like they used to do what they call math drill when you were maybe like 9, 8. So they give you this line of numbers, and you have to say it's 7 plus 3, 10. Then you don't say it. You just look at the number and just that. So that's why I was very strong in math. By the time I left Haiti, I was very strong in math. So so it was more or less like you go to school, then you go to church, and then I joined the Girl Scout. There's Girl Scout in Haiti.
I know you
so
mentioned
I
that.
I joined Girl Scout, and then because it's an all-girls school. So on Fridays, like when the kids who have like brothers, oh my God, the girls, they were like, oh my God, did you see this boy?
Because you guys was like, no guys for like.
No guys, no guys. So it's all girls. And imagine you in that
You got
school.
3 brothers.
It's 5, and
It's
then
all the
no,
way
I
to-
only lived with my oldest brother. The other 2, they actually stayed in Gugwaf. The family was completely dynamic and all was fractured.
Oh.
Yeah, it was. So my 2 younger brothers stayed, and my oldest brother and myself, we lived in Port-au-Prince.
So while you were in Port-au-Prince, what can you share with my audience
Well,
about your lifestyle in Port-au-Prince?
I told you,
Some
like,
kids
we-
we had the maid. Some
Yeah,
kids
we
we had
did-
the
we did.
servant.
We
Some kids.
did.
What did you see? And,
We
you know,
we did. We had like the little kids that took care of this little other kids. We had that, and then we had 2 maids because my cousins they have their
Eh,
own
Bojo ba
family,
Zuzi.
and then my
and then you
great
say
aunt-
you want Zuzu.
and she had her own maid for us. But for whatever reason, I really connected with one of the maids. So I would literally get in trouble so I can stay back. And then I'll have like, it'll be me and the maid. We're taking a stroll back home.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Well, you know, sometimes they became the parent, to be honest with you, because they're the one doing most of the things for you. So you form a relationship with them.
Yeah,
so do you know where that maid is now? Or
She's in Haiti.
She's still in Haiti?
It's Celine. Celine, I used to
Okay.
walk with
do you
Celine.
still talk to Celine? No.
Well, I left Haiti kind of like young, so we really didn't keep a connection and all, and that's why I told you I was no Zuzu, because my great aunt, she would go, even though she had a maid, she does all her stuff, so she would go to the supermarket, but she wouldn't go to like the dirtiest one, which is like Kwabosa. She
Yeah,
won't
the
go to that
Zuzu.
one.
She goes
So
to
she
the-
goes to Marché Salomon. So she
I
sometimes
heard
will-
of that Marché Salomon.
yeah, so she'll take me with her. So, and then that's where I start looking at people and see how she interact with people. I didn't have to go; I was the only one who went. But I think I've always that curiosity to go outside my own
The norms.
Yes. So
So you
just
always
to-
want to learn more.
Yes. So I was the only one out of all of us who went with her and kind of look and see how does it look outside, because I live in Boisvena. I
Okay.
wanted to know how it looks like outside Boisvena.
Oh, nice.
So I went with her and see, and I knew how they call it pratique. I knew all her pratique. Yeah. Yeah, and then she'll go, and that's where I've learned the different sect in Haiti, because when you go to La Lue, you go to Market Caraïbe, not everybody used to
No,
go there.
yes, yes.
So then there's, you go to the where the butcher, and because they do have butcher in Haiti,
Yes, yes.
and with air conditioner and all, you see a different
Life.
type life. And then I'm like, okay, there's this life,
Like my kids
and
say.
then there's this life.
No, my kids, when I used to take them to Haiti, they'd be like, Mommy, get the Haiti. I don't understand. Was there 2 Haiti or 1 Haiti? Because, the ones that they're seeing on the news versus the one they were experiencing, just they couldn't understand it. It was different. So you had the opportunity to see it.
I
and
got
then-
to see different type, different social class in Haiti, and yeah. So, but I've learned to appreciate both, and I think because when you are exposed to both, you get to
You become the melting pot. You
Yes.
can be here and you are Manouchka. You can be there. So which is awesome. So now Manouchka, growing up, from that age, was there anything different you thought about yourself? Was there bullying? Did you have
In
a lot of
Haiti?
friends? Yeah.
No.
How was that? Because some people.
we didn't allow anybody to bully you, because we have a set of cousins in that house. I tell you, it's like there were 4 of us cousins. Nobody's bullying anybody.
I don't know what that means.
No one is bullying anybody. Okay.
So they
There's-
knew you. in
They
school.
know all of us, because we all went to the same school. All of us went to Sacré-Cœur. So we're not letting anybody bullying anyone.
Wow.
So, but in our neighborhood, we had different. We
Fine
have
school.
we have one neighbor across from us, they went to Saint Francois, then to the right side, she went to Sacré-Cœur, Dominique Brezo went to Sacré-Cœur. Then the Maxime, they went to Saint Francois. Then further up, they went to Boudon. But within that
It was within.
same area where we lived. So we have different group of young women went to different school, non-school.
But what I remember in Haiti, being around that age, because that's the age myself I was there, although we went to different school, you can see the lifestyle. Because the kids that were Zuzu, they stayed on top of their house watching people.
We
You're
didn't, do,
talking
we,
about-
didn't, we didn't do that because we were very humble. They taught us to be humble,
Nice.
even though we went to very prestigious school in Haiti. But they taught us in our household. They taught us to be very humble,
Respectful.
and be respectful. So we were not.
You were
The
not one
one
of
that
those.
we were what we said, we were mostly the renegades.
Now we're gonna leave. Looking at you there in Haiti, what would you have done differently if you could remember?
I don't think I would have done anything differently because all I remember I was so into like school, church. I was supposed to be a nun at 13. They're like, okay, I'm going to be a nun and this. Yeah.
Only on one-on-one, guys. This is the one-on-one moment. This lady does live every single day. I have not yet to hear this.
Yeah.
Only on one-on-one.
When I
So
was like
you
12,
were gonna
13,
be
I wanted to
a
be
nun.
A nun because
What? Because that's what you saw? Or is it?
Well, I remember I grew up Catholic, and I
Yeah.
did so even young. We were very involved when we go back home. My great aunt, she's always feeding the poor, and I have this relatives. Marie-Rose Belizer, she was the one, when I tell people, it's like at 7 years old, they had me carry rocks to build a school. She was the one
Wow.
who took me there. So out there, the humanitarian part of me started there. So then I have family member who are a nun in my dad's side. So you see all the stuff and you're like, okay, well, it's a good thing to be a nun and all. But when I came to America, you get exposed to different things. Then none doesn't even come close to your thought process.
Wow. Only on one-on-one. Guys, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come right back because Manouchka's going to tell us more about herself. So we're going to take a quick break.
Welcome to iSpace 2 LLC, the ultimate creative sanctuary designed for the innovative mind. Elevate your podcast with our professional grade equipment and acoustically treated rooms. Crystal clear sound quality every time. Bring your vision to life in our photo shoot studio with natural light, versatile backdrops, and pro lighting gear. Stunning images are guaranteed. Need space to collaborate? Our sleek modern offices are perfect for meetings, workshops, or conferences. Flexible rentals to fit your needs. Choose from our diverse studios: Studio A, Studio B, Studio C, and Studio D, each designed to inspire and adapt to your creative workflow. Conveniently located at 2198 Austell Road Southwest, Suite 216 in Marietta, Georgia. Ready to create? Book your space today at ispace2.com or call 866-936-5365. iSpace 2, LLC, where your ideas come to life. Create, collaborate, inspire.
Yes, everyone, we are back again with Manouchka I don't remember the other name.
Belarus.
Belarus. Because, like I said, we're not going to talk to Manouchka Lominy today. We're talking to Belarus. So she's talking to us about her early age in Haiti. Just like I thought, very smart, education. She wanted to become a nun. So before we take it to another notch, we want to ask her if she remembered the day she was leaving Haiti. You remember that day when you were making that decision? How was that? How did they tell
I didn't
you?
make the decision. They told me.
I know you're 13. But
Yeah. So there was a whole lot going on in Haiti around that time. It was around the time February Duvalier left.
Oh, wow.
Duvalier left. That's
1990?
86.
Oh.
And then in July, and so even just getting all our passport and stuff, it was done under duress. The country was under duress when we were getting our paperwork done.
Wow.
And so, but once Duvalier left, things got quiet down. And it was in June after school. Once we completed school in Haiti, then we were sent for us. Yeah, so I mean, we knew because paperwork was been done and all. So, but when we came, it was a shock to me because it was like.
Now, before we go to when you came, do you remember the ride? Because I always ask people that.
Yeah,
I remember
it's
I was sitting in the airplane.
It's different.
I was happy, so I guess I want to hear everybody's opinion.
So,
because I was excited.
It was different trip because since then I've been to Haiti and I remember.
No, but that
I remember
one day,
that ride.
that
It's
Thursday,
like they give you like real food. They don't give you like crackers. You had food.
You had food, and then you're sitting there. You're a little kid, and this is me. It was incredible. And then I landed in I don't remember JFK or LaGuardia. There was nothing but lights, and I was waiting for my dad. It was just a moment for me, and I don't know.
So I went to America with an expectation. Then when I got to America with the life I had in Haiti, I felt a little bit disappointed. Yeah.
Only on one-on-one. Guys,
Yes.
this lady is dropping gem and gem. We're going to get there. So I want the good part. So you had expectation.
Yes,
what does
I had
that
expectation.
mean?
Well,
For the
because-
people that are
because
listening, give
because
us
you hear-
something. Tell us a story.
Because I've always had like cousins and stuff. Some of my cousins who I grew up with, they were born here in America. So their parents would send them for school. So they always
come
come with
back.
like stories.
Okay,
So-
tell me some of the stories that they would tell
how
that
things
gave
are
you
nice
that.
and all. And then I had cousins who always come for carnival season. They were a little bit older than me, but they'll come for carnival season. They'll bring their friends and all. So your expectation is like America is like this big place and all. Then when I got to America, I was like, I had more fun in Haiti actually.
Tell me a story. What does
So
that?
because
What does that
remember-
look that?
no,
Okay,
no,
you came in
remember,
at 13.
remember.
Where did you land
But-
it?
but-
Where were you?
No, I landed at JFK, and from
Okay, in
JFK,
Florida,
I went.
in New
I
York.
moved to Brooklyn.
Okay.
So and remember.
So the lights didn't make you happy? No? When they picked you up, they didn't take you to anything good? Nothing?
I didn't. I guess in my mind, I guess who wonders a lot. I was expecting more, and then I was
What were you
like-
expecting? Red carpet to come pick you up? What's this?
No, but remember, I told you every Saturday I go to the beach. Every Sunday we go to be something there, running around, and then go and have ice cream.
So now you're 13.
And then I'm 13.
You
and
landed.
then now I'm landing, and I'm going to a single parent home.
Not to your mom.
To my mom.
Okay.
And so all the other supports are not there. So then you're like, okay, you have to cook. I'm like,
You have to wash the dishes.
I'm like, they didn't even teach me how to cook.
Yeah, because in Haiti, you didn't have that's not the lifestyle you
So
had.
that's a shock for a kid who didn't have those expectations. No conversation had before. Said you the only girl, so all the housework
Chores on
chores
you.
is on you. And you're like, after
No.
a while, no, you started doing it, but you don't know how to do it because I didn't know how to cook. So one day the food is salty, the other day it's like
So when you came in, they just give you those responsibilities?
yeah. So
Because she had to work, right?
so she had to work, and she was a single mom. So she was like, I guess in her mind, she was 13, she was cooking. So you 13, you're going to be cooking. That's most Haitian parents. They don't teach you the process.
Yeah, you
They're
just
like, okay.
go with it, girl. Go
you
with the flow.
13, you should be cooking, you should be doing all these things because I was doing them, you know. So and then it was a culture shock. It was multiple culture shock. One of the shock because I spent my entire life in girls' school. And now I have to go to co-ed school, public school in Brooklyn.
You went from being guys, this is welcome to One-on-One. Because a lot of people don't understand. See, when we're talking about leaving a legacy to our younger generation, this is what we want to share. Because a lot of people don't understand the culture shock. They just think Haiti is this country that has no structure, right? Especially when we come in, they're like, okay, Haiti, what is Haiti? Haiti is a country with a lot to offer, especially in our age time, right? So now, here you are,
eighth
public
grade,
school.
Eighth grade, public school, boys in your class, and then you're like, okay, how do you reconcile this? How do you reconcile this? You've had for years all nothing but girls. Now you have boys in your class, and then
throwing things at
stuff,
you,
and they're looking at you and all. And then I remember one story while I was in 8th grade, and there was this young man, and my oldest brother, though we were in the same class in Haiti, my oldest brother, myself, because I excel. He both of us, we didn't care for the system in Haiti in terms of education. So we ended up in the same class in Haiti. But because of my age, I got left back when I came to America, and he went to high school. So he's in high school, and then I'm in junior high school, 8th grade. And then I have a classmate of mine. I'm walking to go home, and I felt somebody touching me, like my butt. And then, and then the next thing before I can turn, and then my brother was behind him. He didn't know that.
He got the slap from the back.
And then my oldest brother says, what's going on in here? And that's all I hear. And then this young man walked so fast, and I'm looking at him. He was gone.
He was like, look at that booty. But didn't know that you got protector.
Yeah, he didn't know.
So how was going to school then? Did he ever say anything to you, that young man?
No, he never said anything. He acted as this never happened. he acted
saw a ghost.
Yeah, he acted as this never happened. So while I was in middle school, so I became friend with that's where I met Joe's sister.
Wow.
And we clicked.
Small world.
Very early on, and we did middle school and high school together. Then we kind of we stayed friends for a good bit, but we split in college. So
if you had something to say to her, because I know you guys were a good friend, because it's crazy how it's a small world. I never would have thought that we knew somebody, from way back. And when he told me, it was like, I know somebody you know. I was like, there's no way.
He even took me to play stuff. We went to a movie one time. Yeah, we did.
We're gonna blast you. I know how shy you are. I would never say that to you. But if you are watching, because you're always watching my one-on-one, we want to say you are a gem in the community. We love you. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep being under the radar. But we know what you're doing. We see you. So if you had something to say to his sister, what would you say to his sister?
So this is a young woman who got married very young, and I did not. And so she always said to me, you pick up those guy who knows what they want and this and that. You have such a high standard. So she always told me that I have very high standard. And for me, I don't know where she is in life at this point. And I hope that she is using her full potential. Because that's what we were very close as friends. I've watched her go through lows and highs. So I don't know where she is truthfully, but I hope that she's doing everything that she possibly can, because she was like a fast typist. I'm like, girl, I'm not trying to be no typist. I'm trying to go to school and go into the science world. We're not typing.
So let my daughter, I'll tell my daughter, clean your room. She's like, Mommy, I'm going to have maid for that. Girl, and she was like 8 years old, 9 years old. She would tell me these things. So it's like when you know what you want at an early age, it makes life a bit easier for you, right?
Yeah.
So any other friends in high school that you could
Not
think
in
of?
high school.
How was your high school life?
High school, that's where we had first boyfriend.
Well, you had your first boyfriend.
Of course I
Don't
had.
go too fast,
I
Manouchka.
mean, remember
You went
we
one-on-one. You went
no,
story
no,
time.
remember we did 1 year in high school. I mean, in junior high school. I didn't have
You're
any
going too fast. So
boyfriend.
you had boyfriend in high school.
Yes, I sure did.
Ooh, how was that?
That was
How was your mom? Was she strict?
No, she was very strict. She
And how you had a boyfriend?
16.
What?
Yeah.
How?
Well, because
We couldn't have boyfriends. My dad was so strict.
Well,
we could not have boyfriends in that.
if I was a excellent student,
Okay.
I finished high school when I just turned 17.
Okay.
I knew I was doing what I was supposed to be doing. So
So
I'm like, that's part of evolving. So people have to have relationship.
Only. How many times you gonna have me say only on one Manouchka? So you had a boyfriend at 16.
At 16, she
So
didn't approve
how
of
did
it.
that boyfriend? How did you even have a boyfriend?
So this
so
is-
you left Haiti, 13 years old, going to school, doing your
and
thing,
then I went to high
and now
school.
you're in
and
co-ed.
no. Then we I have neighbors who are Haitian. Then my mother is very close to this neighbor, and then one of the little girl, I'm 2 years older than her, so we became friends. And in that house, there was a cousin.
Wait,
So-
so we're not gonna give it away. So do you remember that little girl's name?
Shirley.
Is she still alive?
Oh yeah, Shirley lives in Boston.
And you still talk to Shirley?
Not
none at all?
consistently.
So Shirley got you your first boyfriend?
No, Shirley didn't get me my first boyfriend. I got myself my first boyfriend. I didn't meet Shirley.
so tell
So he was somebody who's up to now. He's a very quiet kind of person, and we started talking, and eventually we developed a relationship. And I was 16. He was 19 actually, and then he was 19. And my mother.
You know that's illegal, girl.
I know it was illegal. My mother hated the relationship. She hated so much that she threatened to send me back and pull my green card and rip it. I got threatened.
You went through all that.
Yeah, I got threatened to be deported back to Haiti for that relationship.
Young men and women, if you're watching this, they used to threat us.
Yeah.
But Manouchka didn't care. But me, I was afraid. So Manouchka
No,
was
they threatened me. They got other relatives to talk to me, so to convince me to drop the relationship. I'm like, I'm not dropping the relationship.
So you was a rebel, Manouchka.
Yeah, because I knew I was doing the right thing in school. So part of having evolving, it's you have to have
Who told you
romantic
that?
relationship.
Where did you get that at
I
16?
don't know. And my relationship was different than my friend. My relationship was different than what's his name, sister. My relationship wasn't like, because I with the first person I said, listen, I'm not in the mindset to be sleeping with nobody right now. So we're just having relationship, nothing below the navel.
At 16?
At 16, yeah. So I said, I can't handle nothing other. And he was very, as much as my mother was against that relationship, he was very respectful of me.
Wow.
And people, and she never gave him that credit, but he was. And I think he was afraid of her too, because my mother, she is a piece of thing. She's no joke.
So give me a story about mommy. What would mommy do to you? Like when you were in the house, like besides threatening to take your green card and all that, was she?
I remember I was in college, and you know, people, you don't talk back. You don't. And I was in college, probably 18 maybe. And I remember my cousin came to pick me up. She's now deceased. She's a my late cousin, and she lives in Queens, and I live in Brooklyn. And she came and picked me up, and I was just we were having like friction between my mother and myself, because we always have like a rocky relationship, because the way she views the world is different the way I view the world. I'm very open. I don't believe like in hiding. If I'm having a relationship at 16 to even hide it, I come and I tell you. So because I could have hidden it, you know, I didn't do that. So and I said, I'm going to Queens No, I was so mad. I just walked. I was gonna walk out, not
So
saying
something
anything to her.
happened.
No. I was just mad with her, and I was just gonna pick up my stuff, and I was gonna spend the weekend with my cousin, and not saying anything to her. And then
Manouchka.
she just grabbed me, and that's all I remember. And I was a size 7 then. And my mother's like 5'8", and I'm 5'4".
Oh my God.
And she just grabbed me, and the next thing I see, I'm by the window. And then my cousin just jumped in the middle. She's like, what in the world? Yeah. So she can get very, very,
Very Haitian-like.
Haitian-like. Yeah.
That's what we're going to call it on one-on-one.
She
Because
can get-
we all had a parent that would show us that they are in control.
Oh, yeah. She
So
can get
when
very
that
Haitian-like.
happened, what did you do?
I was upset because I've always felt that for a daughter, I did everything correct. I came to America. I wasn't hanging around. There were girls who were doing all kind of stuff. People were cutting school. They knew the system. After third grade, third class, and they get attendance, and they know if they leave, there's not gonna report going to the house. I never cut class. Never. I never cut class. So I knew I didn't do these things. So at least I felt that gave me the benefit of the doubt for respecting myself.
But the Haitian parents, I don't think they see us as adult, right? It takes even like
She does now.
That's what I'm saying.
She
After a long
she
time, that's-
highly respects me and respect my input now.
So you were giving us a story. You were going to Queens.
Yeah, I was going to Queen.
And finish, because
well, I mean, let's go back because I was in college at that point. So in high school, because she never liked it, this relationship, and she always threatened me. It's like I was always under duress. It's like I'm gonna be shipped back to Haiti. So I'm like, oh, okay. I don't. Most of everybody who raised me, they're up here, and then this who the heck? Where am I gonna? And she makes sure that she was threatening me and say, I'm not gonna send you back to where you grew up. I'm gonna now send you back to Gongwa where I don't know anybody. I'm like, okay. So then through that time, I ended up going to college now because it was a year we spent together, and then I'm in college. So first year college, so I'm in college, and this incident happened. But in being in college, and I always follow my sixth sense, and there was one day something said, because he didn't live too far from me, go to his apartment.
So that boyfriend, so even
Yeah.
after you went to college,
We were
you
still dating.
had
First
that boyfriend.
semester, we were still dating, 17 years old.
Wow.
So, and then something said, go to his house. And I knocked, and I went to his house.
At
I
16
didn't-
years
17,
old?
17 now,
17, you
17 years
listen
old.
to your intuition.
Yes,
Who does that,
yeah,
Manouchka?
so-
We don't listen to our
I
intuition.
did. And I said, let me go. And I don't know if he just got stunned that I'm in front of his house. He had another girl in the apartment. So, and he opened
Wait.
the door.
Only on one-on-one. So you caught your boyfriend cheating?
Yeah.
At 17 years old?
17.
How do you feel? How do
I'll
you...
tell you how I felt. So I went in there, and then this girl sitting and somewhere, and he opened the
Let's
door.
say hi to our viewers. We have
yes.
589 people listening to the story. We got to keep them engaged. We want to say hello to Source Multi Services. Dorothy, thank you for watching us. We have Bertos. We have again 589 people. Stephanie, Christine, Junie, Osen. I mean, guys, this show, you guys are always watching, always there supporting us. Keep watching the show. And Manouchka, do you have anybody that's watching under you?
I don't know. I don't.
You
see
can't
any,
see
I don't
them?
See anyone. I know my kids are not watching no Facebook stuff. They're not Facebook. They're
The
more like
IG and all that.
stuff like that.
We're gonna we make sure we clip and put it on IG for them so that they can hear their mom got caught her boyfriend cheating.
Yes, I did. I told them that.
That had to do something to you at a younger age.
When I went in there and I saw him, I was so mad. I'm like, man, they almost tried to deport me for this man, and then here he is with this girl. I never spoke with the girl because I've always felt that if you're in a relationship, even as early as 16, 17, you don't deal with the woman. You deal with the person you have the relationship with. So, and then I was so mad because when I was young, I had a lot of anger. So and then he had a bottle of rum on his table, and I pulled that bottle of rum, and I said, "I'm gonna knock your head off for doing this." Yes, I was ready to knock him off.
Only this one on one today. I know it was gonna be interesting. I didn't know it was gonna be that juicy. So this Manouchka, I'm looking, that's very
poised. No,
poison.
girl, no,
So that's not who you were.
No.
So you pull a bottle of rum.
Yes,
you were gonna
Haitian
hit
bottle of rum.
You were gonna hit this guy.
I
in
was
his head.
gonna hit him, and then because he's so calm and stuff, he was not gonna try to fight me, and he just looked at me, and then I said to him, then I came to my senses. I'm like, he's not worth it. At 17 years old, I said
What
to myself,
advice would you give to a young woman watching this, who probably would go through this?
I would say it's not worth it because you're 17 years old, so life is so much, you have so much ahead of you. Just like I said to myself, it's not worth it. So, and then I put the bottle down on the table, and I closed that chapter of my life, never looked back.
You never talked to him?
We talk, but we never kind of reconciled the relationship after that. That was it. I closed that door because I said I suffered with threat, immigration, deportation, and you don't value that? No.
Wow. That's a beautiful story. Thank you for sharing that. Now, what would you tell the younger Manouchka if you had to say something to yourself? From telling me all these stories, from looking at your life in Haiti, looking at your life in high school, because we're going to go to the professional Manouchka. So tell us, what would you tell the younger version of yourself?
I don't think I would have changed anything because
Really?
the thing is, I had a single mom who was very overly protective. So I couldn't push to do more because she was hovering. You know what they call helicopter mom?
Oh my gosh.
That was my mother because as a single mom, she didn't raise me until 13. And I think deep down inside, she probably didn't want to fail because this is someone she didn't raise, and they gave her this person intact. And so she didn't want
to make
mistakes. So she was that helicopter mom who, I mean, you better be home at 3 o'clock. So we got very smart and ingenious. So we'll unplug the phone, and then she'll call, because she'll call us at the time that she knows that we're supposed to be home.
Wow.
We'll unplug the phone, and we're like, well, we don't know. We couldn't this. So kids always find ways, just like my kids find ways when they were growing up. We find ways, but I knew I couldn't just go and hang out like the other girls did. I couldn't do that because she has that set standard that she invested in us. But because of that, though, that did not stop for certain things that happened to me because I was the little cute girl. I was very cute as a teenager.
You're a cute lady.
So no, I was. Trust me, I was like a size 7. My hair was down here.
No way.
Yes, I always had long hair.
So you were that
So
girl.
and then
So the guys like you. So now,
a lot of guys.
you had
like
a lot
me.
of guys.
Yes.
How did you deal with it? And it's true. You know how I know it's true? Because our mutual friend said that to me.
Yes.
He was
right,
like,
right,
"Yeah, I
right.
used to have a crush on her."
Yeah. So I had an incident where I couldn't. My mother never knew a lot of things that happened to me. We had the super, super in Haiti.
No.
Here in America.
building you.
So there was this Hispanic super who was probably in his 30s, maybe 30s, and I was walking the foyer of the building. He grabbed me. Yeah, he grabbed me in an attempt to pin me on the wall to try to kiss me. I never disclosed this to my mother. I never, even up to now.
Oh, wow. Whew. How do we... Will she be watching this?
No, she's in Haiti.
She's in Haiti.
She
Well,
lives
you
in
just
Haiti.
never know.
Yeah.
So, the super tried to pin you.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get away? What happened?
I will fight anybody. You put me in any situation, I will fight you. I will fight you.
So you
Because I came from a family, we will fight you if we get pinned in situations. So I fought myself out. So he never got to pin me.
So you didn't
kiss me.
press charges. You didn't tell your mom.
It's just like you
say
know,
didn't tell
it
anybody.
happens to you, and you pull it away, you push it away, and you kept going in life. So
So
that's
you
what I
never
did.
saw him again.
I mean, he was there, but he never tried anything. He's the super. He lived below us.
I know
Yeah.
how it,
So-
because they're the
so-
one who opened the building if there's something wrong in the house.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was
so-
there. He was there for years.
That's why you weren't scared, going home, because you felt like you fought him, so you couldn't do anything to
Yeah.
you, and then you kept that as a secret.
I just
So you
kept
didn't get
it.
scared. I guess I'm a chicken. I would have been so fearful.
No, I told you I have a lot of hidden anger. So if I feel threatened, I will fight my way
You'll
through.
protect yourself.
I'll protect myself.
So we didn't talk about college. What school did you attend?
So I mean, from high school, I got skipped. Then I got mad with. That's where I somebody tried to bully me in high school, though.
Okay.
Not in Haiti, but in high school.
here?
I was in my chemistry class.
Okay.
So this young lady, she's from Panama, and she tried to bully me. And I was like, no, we're going to fight. You're not going to bully me. So there were the two of us, myself and another Haitian girl, and she decided she was going to start throwing paper at us. And then I put my hair pulled back, and I went to the dean office back then. Dean office means that's where you get your disciplinary action and all. So I went there and filed a formal complaint. And I said, listen, I have this girl in my chemistry class. If I protect myself, they'll come for me. So the next day I had chemistry, I had my hair pulled back, didn't wear any earring, and be ready to fight. But I was an A student too in that class, but ready to fight anybody. So when she when she came for me, I'm like, I'm gonna kick your butt when we get outside. She never tried me. But that's where I've learned you have to protect
Defend
yourself.
yourself.
You have to defend yourself, because that other Haitian, I told her, you need to defend yourself. She never did. She was bullied the entire semester. So I'm like, you have to learn to defend yourself. Manouchka's not going to be here for you all the time, so you have to learn to defend yourself. But, in our culture, they don't teach us to go to school and fight. I went to one of the top schools in Haiti. They didn't teach me to go to school and fight, but I also know that I'm not letting nobody fight me, beat me up. It's not happening.
So it was you. There's
It was
something
me.
in you.
Yeah. I'm like, but when I look back, that's the personality of my mother. My mother, she will fight you. She's not somebody who lets somebody take advantage of her either.
Manouchka, we can be here all day, all night. I gotta go to your professional. So when did you finish school?
So I finished.
So we're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna go to your profession, and then we'll talk about your husband. We're gonna talk about the good stuff, guys. So give us a few more
it's
minutes.
the good stuff. It's
almost-
learning. It's learning.
We'll be right back.
It's learning. It's part of life.
Manouchka, you are tough. So are you still like that?
What?
You still have that energy? If somebody come at you wrong, you would defend yourself, or you mellow down that it's not?
I will assess. If I need to go full force, I will do that.
Wow.
But I will assess.
If somebody come at you wrong, you would defend yourself, or you mellow down that it's
I will assess. If I need to.
Oh, we're still live.
tuned in to the one-on-one show with Dr. Lucita.
Welcome to the one-on-one show.
You're tuned in to the one-on-one show with Dr. Lucita.
Welcome to the one-on-one show.
You're tuned in to the one-on-one show with Dr. Lucita.
Fan of one-on-one. We're having such a good time today. The show it is what it is today. We're just having some good time with Manouchka. I'm learning so much. Things that I didn't even think that this lady that I see around town, very mellow, I never thought, and now I'm learning about her. So I'm just learning. I'm learning. That's all I can say. I'm learning. So now we're gonna go to her profession. We're gonna find out when she decided to get married. We may have to bring her for another one-on-one because there's so much that she can share with us. So how did you become a nurse? What was your first job? Let's go through that real quickly.
While I was in college, I was debating whether physician assistant versus nursing, and since nursing was an easy go, so I ended up going into nursing. And it was like a very satisfying professional career. I was able to go into work different various area from L&D to diabetes, step down ICU, and then return back to school to get a master's in first in women's health because I wanted to be a midwife. Then when I see their workload, I'm like, no, we're not doing midwifery. So then I became a women's health nurse practitioner. Then I returned back and received a postmaster certificate with adult and gerontology. Worked in various areas.
You sound very smart.
From women's health and I've always done well in school. So I'm one who very determined, and I've had great, mentors in school. I've had mentors who led me to tell me you need to do X, Y, and Z. But I've also had people in my path who don't look like me, who were very not helpful. So they kind of look at you and thought that you can't do certain things. So because I studied with this Asian student in nursing school, they felt that, well, this person is helping you, and I always have to justify my smartness. So, and when you get in places, then you have to justify this, you get called names. But I've been blessed to where I've entered places and workplaces. There aren't too many people who look like me to work as a nurse practitioner. Being the only nurse practitioner in that set and all who looks like me. I've been blessed in that respect. So, and because I have a mother who always does business growing up, even before she left Haiti because of his dad. Her dad. Her dad was very hands-on, agricultural, bought a bunch of lands and all. So she grew up with her dad. So she has that same mindset. My mother will turn a nickel into $1,000.
Wow. So
she's a businesswoman and will very calculative, very assertive. One advice that she gave me when I opened my first business and it was struggling, she said, if it doesn't work out,
leave it.
No, try another one because she's a business-minded kind of person. I wouldn't say the same advice will come from my dad's side because they're more like book, professional career and all. So they say, girl, you're a nurse practitioner. Get yourself. She's the one who's the risky taker kind of person, and I appreciate that because to be successful, truthfully, you have to have a level of ability to take risks. So I appreciate that she passed on that.
So you had the best of both worlds. So you have the business mindset with the educational mindset. So you can, and that's what we're trying to teach the younger people. Yeah, you want to be an artist, but still go to school, right? Because having a career,
my husband will tell you, not everybody meant to go to college, even though he went to college, because he says that most people who've reached success, not all of them went to college. So he believes like whatever trait you study, own it, and be unique at it, so people will seek you out, so you'll be sought out. So that's my husband mentality. So we met in college, actually, after I've had a second boyfriend who I
told you guys I don't have much time for this lady. Her life is so rich, but I promise you guys we're gonna bring her back and we're gonna talk to her about her husband, the kids, how successful, because I know you own a clinic.
Yes, I do.
How long you been operating this clinic?
Since 2021 we started with the clinic, and then in 2023 I decided to make it official for my coaching business as well. So
how's that going?
Well, I'm not pushing it as much as I'm pushing the clinic, but what I do, I service sometimes my clients who may need help, and then I extend to other stuff, like the podcast is an extension to my coaching service, because that's why I create a platform the way it is, like bringing people who have gone through certain obstacle challenges and how they have overcome and being resilient. So it's an extension to Bella Shasha Coaching.
And I want to, in that segment, I want to say thank you to our sponsors, Saving Plumbing, Holy Communion, iSpace Studio. Bella Chacha is one of our show here inside iSpace Studio. She's live every first and third Sunday of the month at 4 to 5. So follow her. She, her podcast is incredible. And also she has a clinic. It's Clinic with a K. You can see her. You can find her on all social media platforms. She's, again, brilliant. Any medical advice that you need, she's always open, ready to help and serve the community. Because when I first met her, she called herself a servant. A servant. Yeah, that's what she does. She loves to help the community, so reach out to her. I love to bring people that has a story. As you can see, she has a story that's really rich. We're going to find out about her first job, if she had any, how hard was that, and then we're going to ask her a few more questions, and we're going to have to invite her back. And if you guys want her back, let me know under the live, because it's already 6:12. Can you imagine that? So now, did you have a first job?
Yeah, I work as a home health aide. I tried to work at McDonald's, but they wouldn't hire me.
So you did the home health aide. Okay, so that's good. So you went to that path, so helping with,
elderlies
and all that stuff. So after home health aide.
So I transitioned because in New York, you can challenge the LPN while you completing your RN. So that's what I did. I challenged the LPN exam while I was completing my RN.
We will talk to her about that further, because it's so much to know about her. So now, Manouchka, if you had something to tell your two beautiful kids, well, three. What would look at the camera, tell them something, because that's what we do on 111. We want, if they're watching this video 10 years, 20 years, 50 years from today, they could get something from it. What would you like to say to them today?
So my children understand that I am that fortress. I am that rock where they can come and talk to me anytime with anything. I have an open door. And they also are encouraged to understand that the sky is the limit. they are the only one that can stop themselves for whatever that they need to accomplish in life and to serve.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And what about your husband?
My husband?
We don't want him to jealous here. To be like,
so,
hey.
To my husband, we have evolved and grew up together because when I met my husband, I was 20 years old and I'm 52. So it's a long journey. 32 years old.
You guys grew up together like brothers and sisters.
So 20 years old and the entrance was like, you naive. My husband just walked away from a previous marriage because he got married young. So he was a young father. And so where we are now, it's like it's a completely different two people, because we have evolved, and I am not as naive as I think. It's just like I can make him feel so great. And so what I can say is my love has always been real, and sometimes you may feel like I'm nursing the world. and he has to share me with the world, and it's just me, how I grew up and how I was taught to care about other people growing up. So sometimes it can bring a little bit of friction, and for him to understand that the love has not changed. So 32 years strong.
32 years and 100 more to go. Congratulations. We don't get that in the community, and kudos to you and congratulations to that. Now, what would you say the definition of success is to you? How would you define success?
Success is to be able to live a full life and live your full potential, what God intended you to live.
Do you feel like you are?
I think I am. I'm not there, but I am making an attempt every day to live that fulfilled life. If I said I was there, then I would stop. But I am becoming. So I am in a place in life where I feel that part of the vision that God has for me, I am touching it because there's a lot of things that I do. I call it ministry because you ministering somehow to people, and I think I am becoming that, but I have not reached enlightenment yet.
Now, we want to say thank you. Thank you for sitting with me. Thank you for sharing a little bit about yourself. For everybody that are watching you today, what advice would you give to you, that one person that you want to touch? What advice would you give to that person?
Know yourself, find yourself, and in finding yourself, you'll find your purpose.
On that note, we want to say you are watching One-on-One, the show that brings you stories that can change your life. So if you're watching the show and you got something out of it, share that with us because we want to know. That's what we hear in this community. That's what we are doing. Any advice for One-on-One? What would you tell us?
Keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on doing what you're doing.
It's hard.
I know, trust me, I'm in several platforms, radio, podcasts, so it gets hard, but because it has purpose, so behind it, so you even though it's hard, but when you see the finished product, you feel satisfied.
Okay. On that note, see you guys maybe next weekend, but if not, we'll see you in the next One-on-One Stories. Thank you for being here.
Drain's a pain and your faucet's a flop, you're in luck. Saving Plumbing's got you covered. We're your local family-owned plumbing heroes, serving Atlanta and the surrounding area. Need emergency plumbing? We've got your back 24/7. Our team is professional, honest, and always upfront with pricing. No surprises, just solutions. We are licensed and insured. Call us now at 470-603-1398 and let Saving Plumbing save your day.
Providing pre-filled communion elements to simplify church logistics for Holy Communion.
At Holy Communion Elements, we deal with packaging of pre-packed Holy Communion into a one self-serving cup.
Over time, I've seen people evolving from this old style of having Holy Communion to this new style where everything is packed and prepared for your day. You find that this is way cheaper comparing with this because there is not much of, getting all the accessories. This is as it is, serve on the go.
It takes us like 20 minutes. Everybody is done. Unlike in the past where, elders have to come early, do the preparation, and then later they'll do the washing of those cups. Sometimes we are forced to go and do additional preparation in the middle of the service. And you have to dash back to the vestry to do more preparation.
We have 5 stations: 1, client services; 2, production; quality control; packaging; and delivery.
At Holy Communion Elements, we are dedicated to providing pre-packed Holy Communion kits in a safe, sustainable, and accessible way, even in areas where traditional elements are hard to access. Your donation will directly fund the production and distribution of these pre-packed elements, ensuring that every Christian can partake in Holy Communion with dignity and reverence. Together, we can ensure that Holy Communion experience remains accessible and meaningful for us all. To donate, please visit holycommunionelements.com or reach out to us directly through our phone number.
Welcome to iSpace 2 LLC, the ultimate creative sanctuary designed for the innovative mind. Elevate your podcast with our professional-grade equipment and acoustically treated rooms. Crystal clear sound quality every time. Bring your vision to life in our photo shoot studio with natural light, versatile backdrops, and pro lighting gear. Stunning images are guaranteed. Need space to collaborate? Our sleek modern offices are perfect for meetings, workshops, or conferences. Flexible rentals to fit your needs. Choose from our diverse studios: Studio A, Studio B, Studio C, and Studio D, each designed to inspire and adapt to your creative workflow. Conveniently located at 2198 Austell Road Southwest, Suite 216 in Marietta, Georgia. Ready to create? Book your space today at ispace2.com or call 866-936-5365. iSpace 2, LLC, where your ideas come to life. Create, collaborate, inspire.
Pose, pas fait tête chaud. Ou t'as cherché un compagnie sérieux pour faire le taxe pour là, dans des postes tout hier, et bien choix par l'autre côté. Lucita Accounting Firm. Nous avons plus que 22 ans d'expérience dans seule location. Porte nous l'ouvrir depuis le fait 9h pour arriver 7h. Consultation nous gratis. Nous avons pilote service nous bas encore. Nous faisons taxe individuelle. Taxe pour moun qui a business. Nous faisons audit pour assurance taxe. Taxe consultation. Nos affaires taxes, docteur Lucita se mettre causé. Relais pour service taxe pour la Kounia et pour nous éduquer dans le taxe. Pour joindre tout corps ou dans mes ARS sans manquer yon yota. Téléphone c'est 770 319 91 81. Adresse nous c'est Atlanta, Georgia.
You're tuned in to the one-on-one show with Dr. Lucita.